Now, in case you're unfamiliar with screenplay formatting, I'll give you a quick rundown of how scripts are supposed to look. Formatting may seem trivial, but even if you've written the modern-day Casablanca, if it's formatted wrong, no one will read it, and it will never get made. And chances are, if it were made, it would be about 5 hours long. Because one of the reasons the official format exists for screenplays is that it ensures uniformity and the ability to quickly determine important production aspects, like how long the movie will be, how many locations are called for, etc. The standard font for screenplays is Courier, which obviously originates from the typeface of actual typewriters. A few years ago, screenwriter John August actually released an updated version of Courier for free called Courier Prime, a sharper and more polished-looking version of Courier. So you can use whichever one you like. I prefer Courier Prime. The title page should look like this. Basically, should have the title on line 25, centered in quotes and in all caps, 4 blank lines, then by or written by, another blank line, and then the writer's name. On the left margin of the page, you can drop your contact info, but keep it professional and brief, and you can also have the draft date on there as well. Most scripts start with 2 words, fade in. Sometimes they don't, but most of the time they do. Now, if you're working in a screenwriting app like Final Draft or Highland, or this fine app that I prefer called Slugline, you'll quickly notice that it knows what you're probably going to do next. As in, when you hit enter, immediately it readies you to type your scene heading. Scene headings are in all caps, and they start with INT for interior or EXT for exterior, followed by the location, a dash, and the time of day. Hit enter, and we're immediately ready to type our scene action, which is normal, not all caps. When we're ready for someone to talk, we'll start a new line and type the character's name in all caps and hit enter. Slugline assumes this is a character and sets you up to write some dialogue. Sometimes you might need to throw in some parentheticals. Just start the parentheses at the beginning of the dialogue, and it'll pick up your drift. The most important things you'll put here are VO for voiceover, if the character speaking this isn't actually in the scene. OS for off-screen, if the character is in the scene but not visible to the audience or the main character at the moment. Or sometimes beat, which is screenplay for pause for a second. Resist the urge to write adverbs in these parentheses, i.e. happily or enthusiastically, as it's unnecessary and can be insulting to actors, as you're basically telling them how to deliver a line. Something to keep in mind while you're writing is that most people reading a script will slip in and out of a rhythm of only reading the dialogue and just skipping over the scene action. So keep things breezy and always be fighting for your reader's attention, and avoid giant blocks of scene action however you can. Lastly, when you're done, type fade out, unless you're a badass, in which case you just type mic drop.